that stream, brother?
It's looking very blue.
Like we got the blue screen.
We got the fire screen.
The internet is totally stable now. You can't wait for Ready Player 2. It's coming out.
I know DK can't.
Damn right.
What more shit can they ruin?
It's a wonderful movie. Like how I can see the number in OBS of how long we've been live versus Twitch, and Twitch is 10 seconds behind.
Oh God.
Why am I getting recommended channels? We can't do anything, of course, until Doom gets here, because he's not going to want to miss...
A moment.
Yes. Because he played a baseball game similar to what we're going to play, and...
You loved it.
Yes. So Cobra said he's going to open our package on stream someday. DK would, but they don't stream anymore.
You can just podcast it.
DK doesn't even podcast anymore. We're going to block Sadie from going up the stairs.
I guess I should.
Alright, well, if anyone is watching this on YouTube, you know, hey everyone, it's RockMan and Ratmus and Sadie, and we're continuing our wonderful tradition, even in these wonderful times. We went to Wisconsin. We shopped at Mojo's, the used video game and other thing stores, in 2 wonderful locations, and we bought some wonderful games. How many games did we buy? I think 8. Because, you know, they were... We basically did the deals where they were, you know...
We did the deed.
4 for 10 and 4 for 10. And we got a controller and some other things. But yes, the first game we're going to start with is a Super Nintendo game.
Just like put in when we didn't get there, like, you know, Doom or something.
Doom, when would he ever show up? I mean, he's probably working, right?
I mean,
Who are these people? And who are the ad wizards who came up with this one? Twitch is being weird. What else is new? Let me just check something and then we'll just start.
That Twigs post.
Twigs post.
It just, you know, talks about getting the slushies at the place there.
No one's getting slushies there, right?
And like, because I clicked on like this one ICP thing to show to DK, I'm like getting a bunch of shit like in my feed, like.
Ratmus is a juggalo, okay?
It's okay. Social distance, so I can't be.
I was wondering if maybe my Better Twitch TV was being nerfed, but it's giving me a bunch of recommended channels that I don't want. Also, Rockstar Girl, for some reason her profile picture was like broken for months, maybe years, but now I guess she fixed it or something, so.
Crazy shit people post, but like this is a shoe, but like it looks like there's feet in that, so like what if, you know, you are a different color skin or something, so then you have like white feet?
That's clearly racist, okay?
What's this? One of the, just like the end cap thing for your...
Oh yeah, I hope this, you know, chair doesn't break, because a lot of times I hear, you know, weird creaking noises, like something's breaking down there. That's your fault.
Because I made you fat.
Because you assembled this chair, and you're the only one who can fix it.
Come on, Sadie, lay down.
Alright.
Everyone's enjoying this,
We'll have to start, and then, you know...
Pray that someone will let the past broadcast.
Fucking turn it on.
I was emotionally preparing myself to turn it on, right?
Are you emotionally preparing yourself for this, Ratmus?
Yes.
What game could it be?
Hot Soup Adventure Island. That's Umbrella.
Umbrella? Just let this wonderful music play for a little while. It's Bill Laimbeer's Combat Basketball. That's an M, right?
That font, all those fonts are just garbage.
All those fonts are awesome. Show some fucking respect. No, actually, the combat one is garbage. Okay, so again, I want to explain this game, but I wanted Doom to be here because this is hilarious. It says Bill Laimbeer's Combat Basketball is a futuristic basketball game released in 1991. Blah blah blah. The game stars Bill Laimbeer, who played for the Detroit Pistons of the NBA during a time when the team was notorious for aggressive and dirty physical play. The game takes place in the year 2031. So clearly AVGN has to review this in 2031.
He was going for the wrong...
Bill Laimbeer has become commissioner of a basketball league, fired the referees, and created a style of play without rules. There are no fouls, and use of weapons is perfectly legal.
The players love it.
This was the first basketball game released for the SNES.
Am I, like, shooting right?
It utilizes an uncommon overhead view of the court.
Yes.
Unlike real basketball, players can physically check each other without the threat of personal or team fouls. Destructive items such as bombs frequently appear on the court. A season lasts 14 games without any playoff games, so you're going to play every single one, right?
There was a league option. What the
It says one game critic gave it a negative review, criticizing the graphics, sounds, and controls. Gave it a 1 out of 5, saying that these and other flaws mar what could have been a guilty pleasure. But somebody else called it one of the weirdest celebrity-based video games. Not as weird as Shaq Fu.
That's weird. I like how I shot and it didn't do anything.
So how's the volume, chat? Alright, Rabbit, so you're figuring this out?
No, still no.
Was there a 2-player option?
Yeah.
Oh god, I don't want to play this game.
They passed it to the red guy.
Did you just say tickets for the Red Man?
Tickets for Method Man. Where's the fucking idiot? Cover your man. It's just a warning, by the way. Pinball. See, like, why wouldn't it go in if I hit, throw it in there properly?
I don't know, I'm trying to find the controls. Here's a list of how the controls work. D-pad, move active player. B button, while holding ball and not pushing D-pad, shoot. Only works on your half of the court.
Okay, so I was pressing the D-pad, so that's why.
While holding ball and pushing D-pad, pass. While not holding ball and not pushing D-pad, block. While not holding ball and pushing D-pad, tackle. Wait a second, so the damn game only uses the D-pad and one button? Yeah, like, no wonder it said it was ported from Atari. Like, they were too lazy to even make, like, program other buttons. Like, this is literally a one-button joystick game?
shot.
Wait a second. It says, what penalties are there? Out. If you put the ball out of bounds, you get a penalty. Back court. Once the ball is on your half of the court, you cannot take it back to the other side without being penalized.
Go in the locker room because we don't share them. There's like weird power-ups too.
I thought there were no rules or penalties in this game, Bill Laimbeer.
You betrayed me, Bill.
Hold on. So this game takes place in 2031, and Bill Laimbeer, is controlling this league. So is Bill Laimbeer even still alive today? Hey, Fish. Yes, he's 63 today. So how old would he be in 2031?
74.
Yes.
And he could be a head in a jar for all we know.
He's currently the coach of the Las Vegas Aces of the WNBA.
How you doing, Fish? Ah, damn it. I put this on beginner, but like... Yeah, pass to that guy.
Okay.
It seems like it kind of, once it's shooting, you can kind of like take aim while the ball is going up.
It says during his playing career, he was one of the most notorious players in the NBA. While popular among Piston fans, he was despised by opposing players and fans for his disdain of his opponents, poor sportsmanship, and dangerous play, such as repeatedly committing violent intentional fouls. This music is awesome and should be on a music quiz.
It was like, hell no. You're not getting this music anywhere near my quiz. Like, it's some freaking, guy even tossing this shit out. What? It's like, yeah, this game could be great, but it turned out terribly. End the damn quarter or whatever. What are they doing in there?
You don't want to know.
Let me just try that again.
I really wasn't paying much attention because I was reading stuff, so correct me if I'm wrong, but did some sort of, guy drive a motorized vehicle out into the middle of the court, which then spit the ball into the air and drove off?
Did you see that? Like, I punched a guy out, then I passed it right to him when he got up.
That was nice of you.
I was holding the D-pad, so I passed instead of shooting. Like, shooting should be a separate button.
Yes, it should. But you can't deny that this music is awesome. Or can you deny that? I like how it doesn't say score or goal. It says basket. Clearly, you should just, foul the piss out of everyone like Bill Laimbeer would have wanted. If he wasn't, brain dead in a jar in 2031. Right, which is the worst basketball game in your opinion? This or that Scottie Pippen game for CD32X or whatever it was?
Oh, this is that was a masterpiece.
Whoa! What was it called? Scottie Pippen's Slam It or something?
Yeah.
Slam City with Scottie Pippen? Slam City with Scottie Pippen, yes. It was for Sega CD32X, yes, it was right. So glad my internet is working for, this game and not the vacation pics, right?
Yes. Like, right when I'm about to hit this guy, I keep switching the damn character.
The ball should freaking go in, like...
Apparently I was hitting the D-pad there. Did my guys, block the damn shot?
I wonder who these, players are in 2031. Like LeBron James Jr. or something?
Yes.
Ken Griffey the Fourth. After his dad, Ken Griffey the Third, gave up, baseball and said he was going to play basketball or something. Well, Doom, you should have been here at the start of this. Because, first let me say, holy shit, Doom's here. So just like 2 years ago, he told his boss to fuck off. He's taking the day off to see RockMan and Ratmus play Wisconsin games, right? Just like 2 years ago, right? Alright, now my next question is, what was the name of that baseball game that you played, Doom? The futuristic one. What was the name of that? Because this is very similar, and I'll tell you why.
One of the types of AC.
Super Baseball 12. Okay. Okay, well, get this. This is a Super Nintendo game, and it is called Bill Laimbeer's Combat Basketball. Bill Laimbeer's Combat Basketball, and again, we looked this up online while we were in the store to see if we should buy this, and it said it's a futuristic basketball game released in 1991. The game stars Bill Laimbeer, who played for the Detroit Pistons of the NBA during a time when the team was notorious for aggressive and dirty physical play. The game takes place in the year 2031. Bill Laimbeer has become commissioner of a basketball league, fired the referees, and created a style of play without rules. There are no fouls, and use of weapons is perfectly legal. Although Ratmus says the game sucks, so first of all, I looked up this guy, Bill Laimbeer, and yeah, it confirms everything that they said, but he's currently 63 and still alive, and he's a coach for the WNBA team, the Detroit Shock. Or no, he was. Currently, he's the coach of the Las Vegas Aces. So in 2031, he'll be, what did we say, 74? Yeah, and then the other thing was this was actually a game that was ported from Amiga and Atari home computers. So it's designed for a joystick and one button. So the controls are completely stupid, which is giving Ratmus trouble.
Yeah, like you can only shoot if you're not pressing the D-pad.
There's only one button. even though the Super Nintendo has a million buttons. So here's how the controls work. The D-pad moves the active player. B button. While holding ball and not pushing D-pad, shoot. Only works on your half of the court. While holding ball and pushing D-pad, pass. While not holding ball and not pushing D-pad, block. While not holding ball and pushing D-pad, tackle. And then even though the description said there were no fouls, no penalties, apparently if you throw the ball out of bounds, that's a penalty.
And like, yeah, it's so easy to just like pass it out of bounds.
The game utilizes an uncommon overhead view of the court. Again, I'm reading this stuff from Wikipedia.
Unconventional.
It says there's bombs on the court. So have you used a bomb, Ratmus?
I've seen some of them, but like the power-ups are useless. It's easier just to try to punch the shit out of these a-holes. But like, yeah, like there's stuff where that was a mine apparently.
It says one game reviewer said he gave it a negative review, criticized the graphics, sound, and controls, and commented that these and other faults mar what could have been a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
And gave it a 1 out of 5. And this was also the first basketball game released for the Super Nintendo, if you can believe that. So yeah, like, all these crazy reasons are why we bought this game. I think, so you played, the first game you lost like 24 to 4 or something.
Because I didn't know how to shoot.
Yeah, but now you actually won?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Alright, so are we ever playing this game again?
All the time, it's a guilty pleasure, just kidding. Alright, get the other thing ready. Hi, Sadie.
Alright, so yeah, that was our only Super Nintendo game, so now we're going to have to switch systems, and we hope that it doesn't fuck up the stream audio like it has in the past, so, we bought 8 games, and they were all 4 for $10, so every game was $2.50, right?
Yes. It's just so weird, like, they have these games that are, like, cheap garbage, and then, like, advertise, oh, we got, you know, Chrono Trigger for, like, $129.
That is how they get you.
Yeah, like, Arch Rivals controlled better, and...
Yeah,
it was on the NES.
When I heard the description, I was like, that sounds like, what was that game? Arch Rivals. That was a good game. And this was not. Alright, unplug that.
Someone just played Berkeley Shut Up and Shut Up.
Hey, Sadie, can you help us put away that Super Nintendo? Plug that in. Plug this in.
You'll love this game, Doom.
I don't even know what we're playing next, so hold on to your horses. Did I give you the controller?
No. I take it.
Here's a controller. I don't know what memory card we're going to use.
If any.
Alright, yeah. Should we do the game that probably looks more funny first, or the game that probably looks more stupid first?
More funny.
Alright, I hope you're ready for funny, Doom. Alright, plug the controller in. I want to look up a picture
Of the...
Yeah, I need to look up a picture of this box art so you can believe what this game is. again, sometimes in the past when we've switched systems like this, the audio has been completely fucked up and we had to restart stream. I hope that doesn't happen. Alright, this is the game that we are attempting to play. So what do you think the name of that game is? I looked at this game and I looked at this font and I was like, what does that say? Burstrick? And then I think Ratmus said, no, it's Burstrick, right?
Yes.
It's Burstrick wakeboarding, clearly. That's clearly what the name is. Well, his name is Rick, and he wakeboarded so much that he burst. That's what it is.
Whoa,
See, he just burst into, holy shit.
Look at these graphics.
It's pronounced graphics, okay?
Whoa, he's shredding his nards.
You're damn right he is. Hey, Quack.
This reminds me of like that Jaws game. Like, the two games should cross over. How you doing, Quack?
How's it going, Quack? Alright, now I'm reading from the back of the box. Get ready for the extreme sport of wakeboarding.
Get rolled.
First, Rick brings the popular extreme sport of wakeboarding. Hold on, was it ever popular?
No.
Bursting to the PlayStation game console for the first time. And hopefully last. Navigate through 6 hairy obstacle courses, picking up points while pulling gravity-defying wake-to-wake tricks. Where's Jams? He'd love this.
Right then.
Run through the trick mode tournament to prove you are the trick master. So how many extreme tricks do you think are in this game, Ratmus?
6.
Oh, there's more than that.
7.
Oh, there's more.
9.
There are over 45 extreme tricks. Alright, who are these bozos here? Okay, you got Alex.
Bow or bow?
Bow or B-O-W. Wait, Z-O. Chris? Is Chris a guy or a girl?
Yes.
Good answer. Alright, who are you picking?
I'm picking Bow.
Bow Wow?
Little big Bow. Well, the Cobra.
This is, very important, just picking your sponsors.
Cobra Commander's
Yes,
sponsor.
this is apparently a spin-off of Phantasy Star 4. I don't know anything about this game, about that game or this game, but I'm just gonna say that. I thought it said the weather is, of course, a big lake.
Pull off some tricks.
All right, how many gnarly modes do you think this game has?
5.
Sorry, only 2 gnarly modes. Obstacle mode and trick mode.
Yeah, I guess the 2 on there.
All right, now how many characters do you think it has? We already knew
7.
that. It says a wide range of characters. Do you think that was really a wide range of characters? I don't think so at all.
For 20 years ago, yes.
No, not even for 20 years ago. When did this fucking game come out?
It was 2000.
Wait, holy shit, I just realized that this game actually includes the actual real instruction manual.
Well, rings. Apparently, I was trying to use the non-D-pad. Apparently, each socket. Whoa. Got them going without rings.
Oh, okay. By the way, I never cropped this for the correct new game, so
Nifty yards.
what if the Wolfman had nards?
Oh shit! I need to grab it. At least I've been landing these nonsense and tricks.
They're gonna say, at least I've been landing my nards.
Shit.
Alright, it is cropped. Like I said, this is PlayStation 1. We have 2 PlayStation 1 games to play. Alright, so are you in obstacle mode or trick mode? By the way, how's the volume? I assume it's okay. Okay, so L1 is press and hold to make the boat accelerate. X button is jump. Hold it down to jump at the rider's maximum jump capability. Wow, this is very descriptive, unlike the other game. Direction. The left and right directional buttons move you left or right. If you press down and right or down and left, you will edge, which will slow you down and help with control. You can even perform a soft reset by holding down select and start to return to the title screen. This game has several screens. Below are descriptions of each, because we need to explain to you what a main menu is or an option menu. Wow. Okay, in the middle of this instruction manual, there's stapled in like a piece of thick cardboard type paper, which on the back is one of those things. It says place stamp here, and you can mail it to the company Natsumi Inc. that made this game. And I guess it's a survey. It says Burstrick wakeboarding. You write your name, your gender, your phone number, address, age, city, state, zip, email address. Holy shit, they have email back then. Date of purchase. Where did you buy this game? Okay, well, let's pretend we're going to fill this out. We're not going to enter any of that information, but we purchased it July 3rd, 2020. And when did this game come out? I want to know.
They're on a lecture.
Yeah, they'll definitely still take it. What the There's no Wikipedia article for this game? Okay, this says it was released in America February 28th, 2001.
What were you guys doing those times?
Alright, where'd you buy this game? Well, we bought it at Mojo's. How would you rate this game, Ratmus, on a 1 to 5 scale? And I mean, I know it's better than combat basketball, right?
A 3 out of 5.
How would you rate the difficulty?
Probably also a 3 out of 5.
How did you hear about this game? A magazine review / ad recommended by salesperson.
Get out.
Gift, friend, Natsumi's website. Whoa, they have a website? Saw package in store. I guess that's the answer. What magazines do you read often? Electronic Gaming Monthly? Game Pro, aka Lame Pro? Official PlayStation Magazine, Next Generation, PSM, or other? The correct answer is print is dead. It's 2020, bitch. Which system do you plan to purchase? PlayStation 2 Computer Entertainment System, hell yeah. Nintendo 64, hell yeah. Game Boy Advance, hell yeah. GameCube, hell yeah. Xbox, no.
Shit is slick.
The only one of those we don't have is Xbox. Right, did you say you were in obstacle mode?
Yeah.
There are 2 ways to collect points. They are picking up rings and hitting jumps. I'm sure you figured this all out already. I know, Jim, it's crazy and unheard of. There are 3 colors of rings. Each has its own point value. Yellow, 500, blue, 1,000, red, 1,500. Sliders always have the red highest point value ring, so if you see one, ride up it. There are 3 colors of jumps. Each has its own point value. Green, 3,000, blue, 5,000, red, 7,000. So if you were going to do trick mode, it says you have to go through lecture mode. Before you go into competing, you can practice in lecture mode. I thought that's where you sit down and they had to lecture. It says you'll learn all of the tricks and how to execute them properly. They were going to sit down and lecture you. You didn't listen to the lecture? And how do you know how to do all these sick tricks? There's at least 45 of them, I heard. Each rider has their own strengths, weaknesses, and style. Choose the one that is best for you. But how do I know, what their style is? Just look at them. There are hidden boards and a hidden character waiting for you. Whoa. All you need to do is play your guts out and you'll find them. Can't I just look online? What? No, because the Wikipedia article doesn't exist. Well, I'm sure it's on GameFAQs. Speaking of guts, today for lunch, Ratmus had a ham sandwich, and a bologna sandwich, and an M&M cookie. How was the bologna, Ratmus?
Good. It's like a little bit spicy or something.
I wouldn't say it's spicy. I would just say that it's very fresh and not like any Oscar Mayer bologna that anyone would ever eat. This
Relevant, motherfucker.
Yeah, like sometimes when I would go to school or work, I would have bologna because it's like really freaking easy to just slap it on a bread.
Yeah. Get it.
And like I don't have it very often, and then I think it was last year at Maplewood Meats, I was like, hey, they've got bologna, I bet it's real good, I'll try some, and man, was it good, just like everything else. Actually, I was looking back at some of our old, RockMan and Ratmus Play Wisconsin games, and I think it was like 3 years ago, I was saying something like, we spent over $200 at Maplewood Meats, and Doom was like, well, I guess if Doom said it, it would have had to have been 2 years ago. Because I think Doom said, like, whoa, that's a lot of meat or something like that. But, I don't know if I should tell you this, but I think every year we made it our goal to just spend more and more. And I think our total this year came out to around $370.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even know all the things that we bought. Like, we bought hamburgers, regular and bacon, right?
Yeah.
We bought bratwurst. Like, you and I bought bratwurst. Mom got bratwurst, regular, cheese, beer, all 3 different types of bratwurst. We got skin-on wieners. We got skin-less wieners. Mom got ribeye steaks. We got flank steak. We got like frozen chicken soup, right? What you got those kebabs that you ate? For sandwich meat, we got ham, we got turkey, we got bologna, you got chicken. I got summer sausage. There's probably something I'm forgetting.
We got summer sausage, winter sausage, autumn sausage.
Can you think of anything else? I know there's more stuff. Well, maybe you should have been, lectured on how to do the tricks.
Should we switch to the next game?
Does this have 2 players? Have you done all the modes?
Yeah, all 2 of them.
All 2 modes? But this game is awesome,
Game over. I'll do the mode again. This chat demands it.
Have we found out, who Rick is and why he burst?
He ate too much. And he's a bitch.
Sure. The other thing was the bakery was closed yesterday, so we had to get some M&M cookies from the grocery store.
Leo's cousin Zio.
Competition! There's 3 rounds.
Well, the other ones had them too, but it's never got there. Want the giant shark to come in, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Maybe I'll get an M&M cookie. But yeah, obviously we're having Mongolian beef tonight. Frickin' indie grab it. like, I guess this is something that I could mention now instead of later. That apparently wasn't a jump. You hit the jump and took the beep, is what you're saying? So in Shawano, there's a family video, and because they're probably losing business, they now sell weed. Like, there was all these signs that said, like, are you depressed because of coronavirus? Like, we sell CBD, which is apparently like, some sort of ingredient in marijuana that makes you mellow, is what I've discovered. And then later on, when I was in the room that day, I discovered that Ratmus and his girlfriend had bought these dog treats that said CBD, cannabis for dogs, to basically drug Sadie and mellow her out. So now Sadie is a weed addict, just like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Basically, Sadie could be the new Scooby and just hang out with Shaggy and, eat sandwiches and smoke weed all day. Doggy weed, Scooby snacks, Sadie snacks, get it? So
the fireworks scare her, so it helps slightly.
Is that immoral? Difficulty is ramping up, isn't it? Get those rings. I guess since Cobra's not here, I told him that we mailed him a package. And he was like, cool, should I open it on stream? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And it's like, that he's talked recently about how he doesn't have a bottle opener to open his sun drop. So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to get Cobra a sun drop bottle opener just like the one I have. Well, here's the problem. When we got there, they had the same type of bottle opener, but they didn't have any that said sun drop. They only had ones that said twigs. And we asked them, we're like, don't you have the ones that say sun drop? And they're like, no. I guess they're out or something. So his bottle opener is just going to say twigs, not sun drop. But he'll live, I'm sure. It's a damn good bottle opener. Get those points. Did the Indy tantrum. That's where you go to Indianapolis and have a tantrum that they're out of tenderloins and sun drop.
Top extension. Get rid of rings. Just like science school, right?
Were you there at the end of Song's stream yesterday, Ratmus?
Yeah.
When I got this emote?
Grave. Hoochie, hoochie, hoochie. Did it.
Yeah, a new record.
Awesome.
Imagine if Tony Hawk was in this game. What happens if I just Google Burstrick?
Oh God.
Is something horrible going to happen?
Porn.
Did you mean Burst Rock?
No.
It's just giving me pictures of guitars. Alright, here it is. Here's Burstrick. It's this guy.
Fuck happened there?
First rock. I'm telling you, this takes place in the Phantasy Star universe.
Switch.
Yeah.
There's another round, I guess. Let's see level 2. Emerald Valley or whatever.
Didn't that guy just say he was Kodum?
Yes, he's identity thefted him.
I mean, does this game take place in California? We don't know.
Or international waters.
It's vibration function compatible. It's one player only, so yeah, I'm so sorry I can't play with you, Ratmus. Alright, I will start looking up the next game so I can find some information on that. I don't know why Ratmus bought this game.
Rick.
No, I mean, I know why we bought this game. I'm talking about the next one. I know exactly why we bought Burstrick. Because it's awesome.
What the? Get your ski-doo out of here, jackass.
And this is another game that I can't seem to find on Wikipedia. You know, it's like don't shoot the innocents or something. Can you wakeboard from a cruise ship?
It's like the jumps aren't so much the thing, and it seems like getting nerfed like that doesn't really hurt you too much.
I know there was a game, whether it was last year or the year before, where it's some game that DK loved and we thought it was terrible. Was it something like this, like a some sort of waterboarding game? I thought it was a water sport game. Yeah, Jet Moto. That was a water jet ski game, right? I googled Jet Moto, and the first thing that comes up is a video, and the thumbnail says Jet Moto. What the hell happened? But then the title of the article is What the hell happened to Jet Moto? Yeah, a series of futuristic racing games. Apparently there was Jet Moto 2 and 3, and then there were 2 games that were planned after that but canceled with weird names. Okay, it says that in Jet Moto they are hover bikes, but they can traverse water also. You know, I definitely don't want to, you know, spread misinformation about these games. You know, this stream is here to educate the public.
Yes. All right.
All right, next game. You just give me the disc. The next one. All right.
interesting.
Alright, let me show you the box art for this next game. Hey, Luna. What the...
How you doing, Luna? And the Hojiku Glide.
Why this fucking image won't open in a new tab? Alright, this game is called Largo Winch / Commando SAR. I don't understand it. We're like, we needed another game, and Ratmus, insisted that we buy this one. I was like, why this one? And he wouldn't give me an answer, right, Ratmus?
So I had training. Was this VR missions?
I don't know what this is based on, if anything. Like,
It said like a TV show.
it said that?
Mm-hmm. Had training. Well, let's see what the training is.
Because when I Googled, I think Largo Winch came up as some book.
Wonderful punches and kicks. Come over here, you asshole.
Okay, Largo Winch is a television program based on the Belgian comic book series Largo Winch. Yes, it aired in France and Germany, so does that even count as a, TV show? It says it had guest stars such as Alicia Cuthbert and David Carradine.
Lol.
Exactly.
Come on, bitch. Right in the dick.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, well... unless it's Highlander, because I don't know if I've ever talked about how Highlander was pretty awesome, how... Well, it was a dual production between Canada and England. So the agreement that they had was that every season of Highlander, half of it would be shot in Vancouver, Canada, and the other half would be shot in London, England, and that's what they did. So like every season they came up with some sort of gimmick or reason why Duncan had to move it back to the other place, and then you would get all these episodes where they would be shot in
See Cooper.
well, yeah, like the other thing was like when he was in London, it was London. But when he was in Vancouver, like in the show, he was actually in a fictional town of Washington in the United States called Seacouver. Basically the same thing. But anyways, we're not talking about that show. We're talking about Largo Winch. So this is about the TV show I'm reading now. Largo Winch is a 28-year-old adventurer drifting around the world searching for himself. Wow.
Punching vents.
Along the way, he's picked up with Simon Overrands, an ex-thief he met in a Turkish prison. The two are best friends. ... Almost brothers. Okay, so that's to take away from, did they get gay in that Turkish prison? Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Take that, you bitch.
Then one day, Largo's life has changed forever when he learns that Nerio Winch, played by David Carradine, who died in a sex hanging thing, confirmed, the stepfather he barely knew, is dead. Okay, I can't possibly read this whole thing because it's really long and convoluted. It's something. He was a billionaire who secretly adopted him, but he paid a family in Luxembourg to raise him.
He paid his butler. I'm gonna just start the game.
This is like
Detailed shit.
this would be like if some weird French or German guy said like let's try to rip off what the British did with James Bond, but or Lara Croft, but nowhere near as good. Oh my God, these graphics! Yeah, the frame rate. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Okay, I don't know if I think he said like he was supposed to inherit the corporation, but he's an adventurer at heart, not a businessman, and so at every opportunity he bolts the boardroom and sets off in search of excitement. Just like Trunks.
they released the head of the W Corporation, it shows
Yeah,
they
I-
definitely are.
I know Doom has not seen Dragon Ball GT, but one of the things about it that Ratmus and I always thought was funny is that, like, you know, Trunks has grown up and he's, like, supposed to be, like, you know, he's supposed to be on the board of Capsule Corp, and so, like, he's supposed to, like, dress up in a suit and attend boring board meetings, which he doesn't want to do. So when he gets pissed off at that, he just jumps out the window, you know, of the boardroom, which is on, like, the 100th floor of Capsule Corp Tower, and, you know, like, people who, if they don't know that he can frickin' fly, would be like, oh shit, no, our CEO just jumped!
Yes. The stock is gonna crash.
But, you know, he's just like, fuck this, I'm jumping out the window.
Well, look, George Lucas loves these kind of wipes.
Okay, so somehow this show actually had 2 seasons in France and Germany.
And this video game.
Yeah, and the video game. I mean, I don't know. It's probably more surprising that Bill Laimbeer got a video game. I mean, at least this was based on something.
Come on, fucking Ford.
The actor who played, whatever his name is, Largo Winch on the TV show, he is 56 years old, currently still alive, born in Italy.
I got confused.
He played somebody named Damien Grimaldi on As the World Turns. That's what he's known for.
I'll get you out of here with my sexy man kicks. Take that, you nuts.
Okay.
I guess I'm not supposed to untie her.
All right. So this website where I couldn't find Wikipedia, so I found this website, VG Charts. It says, meet billionaire Largo Winch, smoother than smooth, tougher than tough, and bursting onto the international scene, but not Burstrick. In this action intrigue thriller, take control of the jet-set superhero. Well, he's a superhero now? Doesn't he have all the powers of Batman?
Got money.
Yes, if he's got money, then he might be tougher than the toughies and smarter than the smarties. Okay, take control of the jet-set superhero against a cabal of commandos. Wow, have you ever heard of a whole cabal of commandos? But can you infiltrate and destroy the conspiracy stacked against Largo's financial empire? Oh no, the financial empire.
Gotta do some, 90s hacking.
Oh yeah. Alright, let's see if the back of the box has anything to say.
Come on, let me kick windows.
Explore the fascinating universe of Largo Winch. Action, adventure, business, intrigue, and glamour. French and German style.
Punch some bitches.
In large print it says, this action hero is
gotta stop
money! I think it said he had some sort of female partner, but I kind of breezed past that. Yes, it was released in the United States and Europe in 2002. Never released in Japan.
Gangbanged.
Meet billionaire Largo Winch. Smoother than smooth. Okay, wait. This is just the same thing I read online. So never mind. Exciting and diverse gameplay. A combination of combat, suspense, and mystery. Complete missions using stealth and high-tech gadgets. One player. Vibration function compatible. Analog control compatible.
This looks like, the first
gotta stop these
Tomb Raider game looked like a masterpiece graphic-wise.
Yeah, it says Ubisoft. I'm assuming they published it. They probably didn't make it. Looks like it was some European company, I'm sure.
Go for the dick.
It's rated teen. Whereas Burstrick was rated E for everyone.
Hey man, when he's down.
If that matters. Okay, does this has an actual instruction manual as well. Okay, the page that shows you like what the controls are, it says digital controller, and then it has a picture of the PlayStation controller. I didn't know it was digital.
Ooh.
Setting up. Set up your PlayStation game console according to the instructions in its instruction manual. Or
you just kick this shit open.
Or, according to the laws of your own personal beliefs.
Yes.
When you have successfully completed a level, the level end screen appears, displaying the message level completed and the save and continue icons.
Well, if you get in this window.
Was Legend of Dragoon released in 2002? This was February 2002 in America, and ironically September in Europe.
What do you see?
Something in French.
You want peace? You want peace, bitch? Freaking polygon nightmare. No touching.
Supported hardware: digital controller, DualShock analog controller.
Ooh.
Game story. Wow, the game story is on its own page, and 75% of the page is blank. So the story only takes up like 2 small paragraphs. Largo Winch is attending the opening of his new chemical factory in Venezuela when armed terrorists attack the compound. Largo and a young journalist named Tanya are taken hostage and a bomb is planted in the factory complex. Largo and Tanya are imprisoned in a warehouse, but Largo manages to escape, evade the terrorists, and defuse the bomb. However, the retreating terrorists take Tanya hostage, so all that happened before the game even started? Now Largo must find out who is behind the attack on the factory and rescue Tanya, or is that what you're doing now?
Where's the bomb?
Is there anything about defusing a bomb, or was that... This also has one of these things where you can send it into Ubisoft in Albuquerque, and it's a warranty registration card. You can choose if you are a Mr., a Mrs., or a Ms. Enter your name and address and all that stuff, birth date, phone number, and email, title of the game you just bought. Now this is blank, even though it says Largo Winch further down. The other one had Burstrick written into it already.
I'm gonna die.
Doom says, I think some of this is happening right now, and that's just a mood commenting on the stream. For which platform? The choices are PlayStation, PC, Game Boy Color, Nintendo 64, PS2, or Sega Dreamcast. Wow, they were really lazy with this form. Store where purchased. Who selected this product for who?
For whom?
I did. Mom, dad, brother, sister, grandparent, friend. Why did you purchase this product? Friend's recommendation? No. Magazine review? No. Print ad? No. TV ad? No. Radio ad?
It
No.
was on sale.
Packaging?
Totally.
Demo CD? No. Store display / demo? No. Price? It was on sale. Read / heard about it on the internet. What the fuck is the internet? No. Brand name? Oh yeah, I was really interested in the Largo Winch, franchise universe.
It's all under control.
Rented game first or promotional offer? Yeah, I would definitely say if we were actually filling this out that we would check price and packaging. About it on the Netscape Navigator. What are the last 3 games you purchased? Well, we purchased Burstrick wakeboarding and Bill Laimbeer's combat basketball.
Well, why? Because you can't jump up here.
How many games did you buy in the last 12 months?
Oh, God, why?
Physically, not very much. What systems do you own? PC? What is your internet connection? Well, I got Comcast DSL, and it's 220 down. They'd be like, holy shit, this is 2002. What's my computer's processor? Oh, that's a good question. It'd be like, oh, you got a 64K processor?
Looks like it's in that room. Maybe I didn't.
Well, I got a 4 gigahertz Intel Core i7. Holy shit! 3D card. Sega Dreamcast, yes, we have that. Xbox, hell no. Nintendo 64, yes. GameCube, yes. PlayStation, yes. PS2, yes. Game Boy Original. Is that ours or is that your friend's?
Game Boy?
Yeah, the original Game Boy that's been
Yes,
sitting
it is.
upstairs on your desk. That's his. So yeah, you got a Game Boy Color and a Game Boy Advance.
Yeah. It's all under control.
Oh, honey, he's kidding you. Nobody has 2 computers. And Marty's like, when I was your age, if I wanted to play an online game, I had to hook 2 computers together with a LAN cable.
Oh, there's the bomb.
Say it like Batman.
There's the bomb.
Select your top 3 favorite styles of gaming. Adventure? Yes. Role-playing? I don't know about that. Racing, strategy, first-person shooter, puzzle,
Unfortunately,
simulation, action, military, sports, or other.
I can't handle this, Fritz.
Oh,
What can I do
Rick.
for you?
I'd like to make you an offer for
Jesus,
chemical
Oh my
entry.
God.
Considered a high-risk investment by your people?
Nothing we can't handle. Do you intend to sell?
No, Miss Fritz. I do not intend to sell.
I'm a powerful woman, Mr. Winch. You may regret saying no to me.
You're a woman?
I thought you were a freaking monster.
How many hours a day do you spend playing video games? Well, actually, it says, how many hours a day do you spend playing games? It doesn't specify video
I
games.
play board games all the time.
10 plus hours. How many hours a day do you spend playing games online? 10 plus hours. What gaming magazines do you read? Print is dead. What gaming sites do you visit? Certainly not IGN.com.
Yes.
Yes, I would like to receive information on promotional offers and special rebates from Ubisoft and Redstorm. If you are 12 years or under, you need your parent or legal guardian's permission to provide us with this information. This is so stupid. So, like, you know, any 13-year-old could literally send their address and email to this fucking company, you know, and people are worried about YouTube, you know, making videos for kids. Like, come on. All right, moving on.
That's why I was on the save thing.
Here is Largo's weapons. Bare hands. He's an expert in unarmed combat and can use a range of kicks and punches to disable, but not kill, his opponents, and it stresses that with 2 hyphens. So what do you think of his bare fists of rage, Ratmus?
Not as good as the Xeno nut shots of rage.
Have you used them to subdue your opponents but not kill them?
Mm-hmm.
The pistol holds only 6 bullets, and Largo does not carry any extra. Why? Is that a matter of principle?
Their bullets aren't cheap.
I mean, also, you know, he shouldn't kill them, right? He should just, you know, use it to wound. Throwing knives, brainwave monitor. In some levels, Largo is equipped with a sophisticated brainwave scanner that can tell where guards are and which direction they are facing, as well as their alert status. Holy shit, that's advanced.
Like, this
What is he,
this
Wirehead?
This is after like Metal Gear Solid, and like it's freaking terrible.
Well, I mean, it was made by a French company, you know. They didn't have the resources or something. He's got this amazing, you know, computer chip brain, but in order to communicate, to receive help, he has to use a, you know, walkie-talkie radio. And he has a toolkit that looks like a toolbox, which isn't that a command?
He is a toolbox.
What was it, Ronaldo?
Ronaldo.
Don't watch that YouTube video. Characters: Largo Winch, young billionaire businessman and the hero of the game. Joy, Largo's personal assistant with benefits,
Just kick this guy.
who is in constant communication by radio, not through the brain chip.
It's great how like it's forcing me to stealth this.
Simon, Largo's oldest and closest friend. Remember that Turkish prison?
Okay.
Ricardo Menges, the head of the mysterious South American Redemption. Okay, so that's what SAR stands for. South American Redemption. Ricardo is a good guy blackmailed into doing bad things by Mrs. Fritz. That bitch.
I can't see. It's all good.
You wish Ricardo Montalban was on this show. /game. Mrs. Fritz, the head of a rival corporation. Mrs. Fritz will stop at nothing in order to beat Largo, even kidnap and murder. So she's basically the Flintheart Glomgold of this game. She just, hates him as a businessman so much that she's going to resort to kidnapping and murder.
Let's switch games.
I'm not even done reading about this. Oh, we're done.
Ricardo Montalbano.
On the back of the instruction manual, it has an advertisement for a game called Gunfighter: The Legend of Jesse James. Available now. Saddle up for a showdown. Alright, well, now we have to switch to the PlayStation 2. So, again, bear with us while we do that and hope the stream doesn't fuck up. Get really sunny out over here.
Test out that wonderful controller too, right?
Yeah. I'll explain how I got that. Get this rubber band off of it.
Price tag off as well. Yes, true. 5 games for the PS2.
We have 5 games for the PS2, yes. So which one should we start with?
Surprise me.
I mean, I just didn't like him because he wasn't Ricardo Montalban, which,
Oh God.
Ricardo was what? He was born in Mexico, so is he? I guess he's Mexican, the son of Spanish immigrants. But the character of Khan, I think he's supposed to be Indian, which, according to today's logic, is racist.
Yeah, our PS2 hasn't been loading too well. It's what you crave. Yu-Gi-Oh stuff or some shit. A game called Mojo that we got at Mojo's. Mojoception. Came out a year after that other game I played. Battle 2-player mode.
So yeah, this game is literally called Mojo ! And again, we were looking for a game, and Ratmus said that we had to buy a game called Mojo at Mojo's.
Ooh. According to the song, his name is Mojo King B. Mojo's his middle name.
Okay, well, Doom, according to Star Trek, it says the character of Khan. His origins are vague, but we know he was the product of a selective breeding or genetic engineering program based on eugenics philosophies, blah, blah, blah. His background was suspected to be Sikh from the northern region of India. And Senedict Bumberpatch, or whatever the fuck his name is British, right? Alright, so according to Wikipedia, Mojo is a 2003 puzzle video game released for PlayStation 2 and Xbox, which, as we said several times, we don't have. Now, the thing that it said at the beginning was the memory card didn't have space?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll use a different memory card. Okay. The player controls a marble through a series of traps in order to break all of the colored blocks in a level. Is somewhat similar to Super Monkey Balls and Marble Madness, yet it is much different and provides a much larger set of puzzles and obstacles to solve. Players receive a bonus if they beat a level in a certain amount of time. There are 100 levels in the game, and a few multiplayer modes. There is a stage editor.
Whoa.
The PlayStation 2 version was issued on CD, while the Xbox version was issued on DVD.
Apparently, yeah, you gotta get the blue power to kill the blue things.
Alright, back of the box. The Mojo game is a challenging, graphically stunning, and addictive 3D puzzle adventure. I mean, it certainly has the best graphics of any game we've seen so far, but it ain't saying much. Test both your mind and your reflexes. Because your mojo, in parentheses, energy, drains over time, you must quickly maneuver through progressively difficult stages, clearing sequences of colored blocks in increasingly shorter amounts of time. Only the most skilled players will be able to navigate Mojo's mind-bending chain of puzzles in order to survive to the legendary 100th stage. I bet Doom could do it, right?
The fuck?
He went off into the cosmos. Game features. These are features. Over 100 single-player stages. Obstacles and power-ups, such as death blocks. Okay, well, I guess that's an obstacle, not a power-up. Repulsors and attractors. Battle mode allows up to 4 players to square off in a variety of arena-like stages. How the fuck do you play 4 players on a PS2? Well, it says a variety of arena-like stages specifically designed for, in quotation marks, Mojo Combat! That's totally how it was meant to be said, right?
Test your mic. Mojo.
Multiplayer-only power-ups such as vampirism. You can turn into a vampire.
Vampire ball.
Steel ball and shield. Bonus mini-golf mode for 1 to 4 players. Try mini-golf mode. Powerful 3D stage editor. Complete custom camera control system. Allows you to always view the puzzle from your optimal angle. Okay, like, all it needed to say was, like, dynamic camera or something. Why is it a complete custom camera control system with alliteration?
You can't trust the system.
1 to 4 players. You need the multi-tap for 4 players. We don't have a PlayStation 2 multi-tap, do we?
I don't think so.
Plus, so yeah, the other thing was, when I was playing Dynasty Warriors 4, I have a regular wired PlayStation 2 controller, and it's gotten all yucky, like, it's just, the analog sticks are disintegrating or something, and then I have this third-party wireless one, and apparently we didn't have any other, let me check my game list, but I think that's all the controllers we had. One controller, 2 dance pads, 1 Logitech wireless controller. Okay, it says we have a Predator wireless controller and a Mad Catz controller, but I think those are really shitty and I must have put them away. So, in other words, we didn't really have an actual first-party PlayStation 2 wired controller that didn't suck until now. There's something wrong with my throat. I need water. Okay. Thank God I got the virus. So anyway, Mojo's has a punch card system, so every time you spend $20, they give you a punch, and once you hit $200 worth of punches, you get a free $20 off whatever. So I had a card from last year that only needed 2 more punches. So then when I bought enough stuff, they gave me the punches, and the girl who checked me out said that, like, your $20 off has to be used a different day. And I was like, what if we go to the other store? And she's like, it doesn't matter, it has to be used a different day. So I was like, okay. What I did was, they had a blue PlayStation 2 wired controller that was exactly what I wanted, and it was $19.99. So I came back the day we left, before we left town, and I said, I want this controller, and I've got this $20, punch for free. And so it was completely free, no tax, nothing. The guy just gave it to me.
Could at least be nice and give me the fucking power still.
And I got a new card, which has, I forget if it has 1 or 2 punches already on it, that will again be utilized next year, eventually. So yeah, like, I'm trying to think, like, there's something else we bought at, well, let's see, like, I saw a Monkeys cassette tape, and it was, the cassette tapes were $2, and I'm like, you know what, I want to buy this Monkeys cassette tape just for the hell of it. That'll be fun. Because I finally remember having one of those Monkeys cassette tapes when I was a child. Alright, so let me look at the instruction manual here. Warning to owners of projection televisions. Do not connect your PlayStation 2 console to a projection TV without first consulting the user manual, unless it is of the LCD type, otherwise it may permanently damage your TV screen. I wonder if, like, warnings like that are obsolete now. Yeah, it's actually, I mean, it has 13 pages, but it seems pretty thin. Like, it has, like, all the usual warnings and shit, and, like, how to set up your console and the controllers and, like, shit you don't need, and, some wasted space, warranty information, credits.
Doesn't have you want to send shit in.
I mean, it has the controls, which you probably already know. Well, okay, so after all that bullshit, the first thing it says is, "Oh Sojo Mojo," in parentheses, the single-player mode. Is that some sort of joke?
Some sex thing, that's for sure.
That's what it says. Mojo is the omnipresent force that sparks life into all living things. Well, Obi-Wan didn't tell me that. The joke is the person who wrote the manual. I wonder if it says in the credits who did. Logo and manual design was done by Studio Intake. So I guess that's a company, so we don't know the person. Okay, where was I? However, a chaotic force has disrupted the Mojo across the universe, splitting it into thousands of pieces and trapping it in blocks of ice. To prevent the blocks from rejoining, they've been locked away into puzzles created out of Mojo itself. It is your mission to find and absorb all of the imprisoned Mojo, returning to the universe to peace and balance. Well, this is pretty deep.
Hey, you roll a ball in different colored boxes.
Yeah, I wonder if, like, the people who actually designed the game, right? Like, executive producer, Robert Bryant, associate producer, John Bloodworth, blah, 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 primary tester, like, who actually made the game? But, like, I'm wondering, like, when they were like, you know, we want to make a video game, we got this, we're going to make it like, kind of like Marbles, it's going to be a puzzle game involving a ball, and you know, your goal is to hit these blocks or whatever, and there's going to be like 100 levels, and it'd be great. Like, are they the ones who came up with this whole Mojo omnipresent force bullshit story, or was it Studio Intake? Like, did they just send it out like, okay, you make the manual, you guys can make up a story? Like, I don't know.
The Mojo's
Like, did the people just make a Marbles game, and then like it comes out and they look at the manual and they're like, what the fuck? Like, omnipresent force of the universe? What are they high? Like, we just made a game about marbles. You know, or maybe they did. Maybe it was their idea all along to have this deep backstory for it. Again, I'm asking the important questions here. You control a ball of life that is fully charged with Mojo each time it enters a new world. The Mojo in your ball is critical to survival. As time passes, the Mojo infused into your ball decays, but each time you absorb Mojo block, your ball recharges slightly. Technically. But you can't play with us unless you come over to our house and bring a PlayStation multi-tap, and then up to 4 players could play. The first environment, the Abyss, is a highly energized space realm where electricity and magnetic forces rule.
KR rule.
Death hazards and enemy balls are common in this world. The second environment, the sea. Oh, I wonder how long it takes to get there. The third environment would be the sky. Yeah, so to answer your question, Doom, this game does surprisingly have a lot of weird backstory written into this manual, like so much that I'm not going to read it all. But it's, you know, it's pretty typical from here. Oh crap, it says by completing this journey you will unlock a bonus game of Mojo Golf. So I guess we can't play Mojo Golf unless you beat all 100 levels, which ain't going to happen. Multiplayer battle mode. The same chaotic force that scattered the Mojo across the universe will, from time to time, pit Mojo masters against one another in fast and brutal combat. Here, Mojo can assume a destructive aspect, enabling you to cripple your foes. Don't succumb to the dark side of the Mojo, Ratmus. Your goal is to be the last ball with Mojo. Get power up. Knock your opponent into an adversity block. Knock your opponent off the platform. Destroy the most blocks. The first player to win 3 stages is the Mojo Master. Oh my god. Okay, so the stage editor, the section of the manual where it tells you. Oh my god, hold on. Okay, so Oh Sojo Mojo was the single player mode. The multiplayer battle mode was called Mojo Ah Mojo. The stage editor the stage editor is called Mojo Ryzen.
Mr. Mojo Horizon, right?
We all crave the power of creation from time to time, so here's your chance to make Mojo worlds in your own image. Prove your worth as a Mojo maestro by using the stage editor to design new and exciting puzzles to challenge yourself and impress your friends.
They're gonna be impressed.
I think your friend would be very impressed if you made a custom level of this Ratmus and discussed it. Can you then share your levels online and have people play them on stream?
You wish.
Alright, guess what the credits section is called? Mojo where Mojo is due. Okay, here's where it says Farsight Studios, technical director, development director slash lead designer is Bobby King, gameplay programmer Jeff Rice, tools programmer Sean Shannon, engine programmer Jay Obernolte. So basically the main concept and design came from Bobby King, Jay Obernolte, and Jeff Rice, and Craig Alexander. But yeah, I have no idea if they were really responsible for
If they were high.
the weird backstory. I mean, if they were, they probably were high. It seems like you're enjoying this game, though.
I mean, it's interesting.
It's rated E for everyone. Are you gonna do all 100 levels?
Do 10 and then go from there. These, target times really suck.
This music is repetitive, I'm just noticing. The music from Bill Laimbeer's Combat Basketball was so awesome it should be on a music quiz. Hey, that's a camera control system or something. And it's clearly very advanced.
It's very sisterly.
I bet this game uses more buttons than Bill Laimbeer's Combat Basketball.
Every game does. We got that key, so I guess
The person checking you out didn't, make any comment about how it was Mojo at Mojo's,
no.
because that's pretty lame.
Well, that was that guy that, hated his job.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my god, yeah, I guess, like, the two people that I shopped with in the Mojos in Shawano, like, they seemed pretty nice. But yeah, like last year when Song and I went to Mojo's in Antigo, the guy there was really nice, but it was a different guy this year. And while Ratmus and I were still browsing, we overheard like some woman who was trying to do some return or something. Oh shit, my internet.
Oh god.
Fuck, what's happening, Comcast?
Dude, can you hear me?
Going straight down the toilet.
Don't my life. While you check that, I'm going to take a little break. As I get the hell out of here.
Damn it. Can I, let's see if I can change this. Hello? Is it still bad? God damn it. I'm trying to lower the bit rate, but like even then it's still going down. Well, what I was trying to say, if you can hear me, was we overheard this woman talking to the cashier at Mojo's, and blah, 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 blah. She said something like, how long have you been working here? And he said, 10 years. And she said, oh, do you like it? And he said, it's a job. Damn this fucking thing. And he was the only person I met who was like way, way, way overly concerned about the social distancing. Like we were both wearing masks, and he would not get within 10 feet of me, and like kept like standing there and saying that he couldn't move unless I move.
better now?
No. I even dropped the bitrate down and it still won't work. Which is crazy because I know that there are like many people who have streamed even with like lower uploads than that. So like why are we not able to upload and stream with this?
It's looking better on my screen. Before it was choppy, now it's not.
Well, both times when I did the speed list, when I did the speed test, it like fucking tanked everything. I see. So I don't understand why. What bit rate do you stream at, Doom?
How much can you bench?
I guess we could have tried like a different Twitch server, but when has that ever worked?
Exactly.
Yeah, like all these, like I only stream at 1800 bitrate. Why can't I stream at 1800 bitrate with an upload speed of 11 whatevers when you can do 3500 at 5? Like that makes no sense. It's like, is there something else going on here? Sucks. We'll just have to keep going, and you know, if anyone watches this on YouTube, I'll upload our recording, and hopefully that won't be screwed up. You know, my plan was to save the best game for last. I don't know, because I dropped my stream's bitrate from 1800 to 800. And so, like, now I'm looking at the, you know, it's still dropping frames periodically, and it's still dropping down to the red and orange sometimes. Which, the other thing that's weird is, yeah, I told it to use 800, and yet the kilobytes are like fluctuating between 900 and 1,000.
1,000.
Now it's gone down to, you know, extreme red. And back up to green again.
The colors uneven.
It's like, I don't want to stream under these conditions. Like I said, you know, we'll finish this, but like, if I can't do Link to the Past, like, I'm not doing it like this. Hell no. Like, do I have to call Comcast? Like, what the fuck? I'm gonna get a cookie.
All the turbos. sufficient memory space. Totally save on the controller port for the wireless thing, right? Should be easier to like restart the frickin' level if you ask me.
Can I stop and switch games now?
I guess so, okay. Mojo, baby.
Alright, since this is going down the tubes, we'll try to get through these other games real quick. In the past, we've bought a lot of racing games, and I didn't want to like fall into that trap again, but we got a couple here.
But we fell into that trap again.
This is Ford versus Chevy.
Okay, Budokai, 1 versus 2, right? Must have shit.
Or maybe we won't do it at all because the disc can't be read.
Yeah, you get those monkeys.
Online and LAN play.
Ooh. It's the PS2 totally. Try one more time.
The tagline for the game Ford versus Chevy is "Choose sides."
Anakin Skywalker side, right?
So Kia.
Yes.
Alright, I guess we ain't playing this fucking game.
Let's just one more time see and then.
What the hell is Sadie doing over there?
Oh, she's having fun, right? Okay. Yeah, the disc looks fine. It's definitely our system.
You say that, but then, why does it play other games fine?
Because it's racist.
Can't afford to buy another PS2. Alright, well, the next racing game that we hope works is Total Immersion Racing. Additional steering wheel controllers.
Ooh.
Emotion indicator. Each driver has individual strengths and weaknesses with respect to stamina, judgment, composure, track knowledge, etc. Some of these change during a race depending on blah, blah, blah. Aggression, confidence, defensiveness. Apparently drivers are just ruled by their emotions. I hope not, Doom. Okay, instead of loading and saving your game, it says loading and saving a career. Did you know that you can save and load your entire career?
I'd save it. I want these fucking memory cards.
Imagine if your memory card, was out of room and then you lose your entire career. To jump straight into the driving seat, select start game and then select single race.
If I took a shot in the driver's seat.
That's all you need to know.
Single career. Single race. One player. Fucking amateur. Do the Red Bull.
If your car has Red Bull, does it have wings?
Yes.
Oh, look at that German track. I bet it loves Largo Winch, the TV show.
Springfield, Illinois, clearly.
Yes, Doom, exactly.
This is simple.
Wait. Race engineer. Select any of the 4 settings: brakes, gears, suspension, and wings. Maybe you do get wings.
Yes.
Unlocking tracks and cars. You have to play your guts out.
Yes.
Those pretty good graphics, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, oh god, this handling.
You just need to upgrade your car or something. Totally. Sorry, you can only race on the weekend. You gotta work 9 to 5 during the week.
Get going. This lap sets your starting position.
Oh shit.
This game came out in North America in November of 2002, actually also in Europe. But then it says a year later in 2003 it came out on Mac for some reason. I mean, that's what I would hope, Doom, but I didn't really look at this instruction manual. I'm just looking at the warranty card. They still want your name, address, organization, phone number, and game title, but this one doesn't have any kind of survey questions with it. It's just straight up we want your name and address. There's no
bra size. I was cookie crisp.
there's no pretense of you answering questions. So are you totally immersed in this racing, Ratmus?
Yes.
Doom, did I send you that game? Then you should be able to tell me, assuming you ever played it. Of course, you haven't played this game. I have no idea. I don't remember what Ridge Racer 64 looked like. Ridge Racer! The release of Halloween Kills has been delayed to 21 due to the virus, and DK is pissed.
Yes.
He's also pissed about Ready Player 2 coming out.
Never mind. A little more practice and you'll soon be up there with the best.
Never mind, you suck at driving.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kaz Hirai. We get a rolling start just like Daytona USA.
Cruising.
Let's go.
You can't honk the horn. Immersion ruined.
Back here, you fuckers.
Shift those gears.
seemed like they just break to a slowing stop or some shit. It's like in the racing games, you know, you just coast and stuff. Getting close to it. Yeah. Fuckers. There's my pack.
This ain't Horizon Chase Turbo. Now the stream is dead, not going at all. I think it's probably the game that's bad.
It just seems like a mediocre racing game.
Just one lap to go.
What do you do?
Was the Largo Winch game better than this?
The other guys in the garage.
about Europe. This is about to be over, right? Yeah, we got 2 more games after this. I'm saving the best one for last.
Never mind, you'll live to race again.
Oh, boy. Fuck this.
Alright, fuck that game.
Straight shit, Chevy.
Alright, next is a game called Heroes of the Pacific. It's got a really awesome looking cover, if you can even hear me, of like a
What deal will do?
dogfighting World War II, I guess. The most intense dogfighting action of the year. I mean, there were other years of intense dogfighting action.
You watched Top Gun?
Yes, I did, and they were like, dogfighting was great in World War II, and then people got lazy in Vietnam, and then we had to do it again.
For this mysterious enemy.
Dogfight with over 150 on-screen planes, pilot 36 detailed World War II aircraft, 26 missions from the entire Pacific campaign. Wait, was this one of those missions that Submarine was in? Dramatic action-packed storyline, online multiplayer action for up to 8 players. Whoa, network adapter.
Let's get online, everybody. Join my server.
The broadband adapter doesn't work with the PlayStation Slim, does it?
Say a lot of shit isn't working, alright? Dash Rindar wave. Missions, instant action, multiplayer, game options, campaign. I'm gonna do the missions yet. Let's try the campaign. Kid voted for FDR.
My name's William Crow. I'm a pilot in the U.S. Navy. My dad used to be a pilot in the United States Air Force, so growing up we moved around a lot. New towns, new schools, new friends. Dad used to take my kid brother Charlie and me to the air base at whatever town we lived in at the
He
time.
was in the trees, right?
Every year there'd be new planes, new models. Every year they were faster and stronger, each one better than the one before. Then there was the accident. Some pilot screwed his landing and crashed. Dad was working in the hangar. He ran out and pulled the pilot from the burning plane right before it went up. Dad was badly burned. He was lucky to be alive, but he couldn't fly anymore. He got a discharge and a pension. Well, the pension was never enough, and pretty soon we found ourselves farming a patch of dirt just to get by. Out there, the only things we had plenty of were dirt and sky. Our only entertainment was a busted old crop duster, so Charlie and I became the Dirt Duster Brothers. We flew the wings off that old crate. As much fun as that was, it couldn't last forever. The Navy was our way out. When we got old enough, we joined up. I graduated from flight training at Pensacola. Charlie trained as a sailor. Before long, we got our postings. I was stationed at Hickam Field, Pearl Harbor.
Whoa.
Charlie was on the USS Arizona.
Oh boy, I'm sure this ain't gonna end badly.
The pride of the fleet.
Mike DeWicki. I'll be a pilot.
stop melee pilot? Could use the USB headset that we have to talk to teammates during online games.
Whoa. There's a dirty
You've been
surprise
caught off
attack.
guard by a Japanese surprise attack. You must take off at once to avoid being destroyed on the ground by their attack planes. Once airborne, you must defend the planes still on the ground and our vital fueling facilities. If you fail, our fleet will be severely hampered in their ability to strike back after this vicious attack. It seems the war has finally begun, Lieutenant Crow.
We gotta somehow win the Battle of Pearl Harbor.
Yes.
If we don't lose, that's winning enough. We just lose not as badly. What's that whistling sound? I'm sure it's nothing to worry about.
Just upgrade this mofo.
Would you rather upgrade that or the Chevy and the total immersion racing? Keep your eye on the sky, HUD and in-game interface. Watch your HQ
Pearl Harbor
level.
was hell. 1 minute I was thinking about getting out of bed. The next minute the sky's so thick with planes I can barely see the sun.
Spoilers, his friend on the Arizona was burned alive in front of him. Play the game, kids. This is rated T for teen.
Yes.
Throttle and engine temperature, damage bar, primary weapons. M is machine gun, C is cannon, HC is heavy cannon.
Cool.
Secondary weapon. Rockets, torpedoes, bombs, altimeter, airspeed, gun sight, compass, radar. Friendly blips are blue, enemies are red.
With this friendly fire.
Objectives and navigation points have yellow rings. Oh god. Yes.
Whoa.
And I'll visit his lady stateside. Torpedo / dive bomb interface. Target display. Get off my deck!
What do you mean you don't know what fucking button starts the damn thing?
Come on, Ratmus, you're gonna lose Pearl Harbor, or even worse. In order to take off, simply throttle up, build speed, and then pull back on the left analog stick. Where's the controls? Is that in front? Right, you're on arcade mode. All it says is left analog stick steers the plane. Right analog stick holds the plane left or right.
Okay, so yeah, you gotta hold up on that. Yeah, thanks for that. Should have been on there in the first place.
Right analog stick up or down. Throttle increases or decreases power to the engine and thus changes your speed. R3 button engages warp speed when held down, a short burst of extra speed for a brief time. R1 is fire primary weapon. L1 is fire secondary weapon. R2 zooms in. L2 target camera. Yeah, triangle rear view, square cycle secondary weapon. Like these, like everything uses like the triggers or, you know, the analog sticks. Like, why don't they use the damn buttons? Wingman orders. Like X's for targets, circles for objectives. It's like basically secondary shit. Setting up for online play. Blah. We already heard the story. Upgrading planes, unlocking planes, play your guts out, of course. Machine guns will eventually overheat. Cannons have a shorter range and lower fire rate, but do more damage. Use short controlled bursts of fire. Heavy cannons, large slow firing guns that can penetrate heavy armor. You and Doom have been to Pearl Harbor, right?
Yeah.
Doom says it looks like it. Yep. I've been to Pearl Harbor in 1941. What are your orders? Who's got your back? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Multiplayer game modes. Dogfight, capture the flag, fox and hounds. Scratch one flat top.
I don't think I've done any damage to anybody.
Who wants to hook up their PlayStation to ours via LAN cable and have a LAN party?
Pearl Harbor land party.
Register this game now and enter a drawing to win 1,000 free digital songs.
Go on after and steal that shit, kid.
From the Ubisoft team. If you were a cousin, which one would you make proud?
Oh god!
Our cousin had grandfathers who fought on both sides of this, right? Confirmed. America's Army, Rise of a Soldier, available holiday 2005, the official U.S. Army game.
I think, the attack on Pearl Harbor is why he joined the Navy.
Our grandpa?
Yeah.
Did he join or was he drafted?
No, he joined because he was only 16.
What an idiot.
Each other.
Whereas I'm sure, Song had ancestors who fought on both sides of the Civil War, right? Hi Pizza, Ratmus is playing the game. We're sorry, but there's something wrong with my Comcast and the stream is going to have a lot of buffering and shit. It's terrible and I can't do anything about it. Turn this down a little bit. Whoa.
Warhawks are safe. The rescue Warhawk pilot gets off the ground and go after those jets.
Whoa, that's racist.
Did you say Japs?
Yeah.
Coming in from the north. Get up there, take 'em.
Bugs Bunny said that.
It looks like they're heading for the hangar.
Yes, I do.
One of the guys I worked with was talking about the reason why there was an Irish potato famine, not just because the Irish only had potatoes, or that's a ridiculous thing, but the British freaking stole all their other crops and stuff, and left them with scraps and shit to eat. So when there was a famine, they had nothing to starve.
I don't know where Song is. She must be busy today. Not that she would have cared about any of these games, I'm sure. Dropped over 12,000 frames.
Switch one boat. There's one story where this pilot gunman guy, you know, had like he was like the only person to have like basically, you know, access and like allied kills. Oh God, no! Because I guess he shot down a like American plane because it like they weren't responding and they were going to a place that was captured. So like he had to like basically down the damn plane. And you know, he didn't like destroy it. The people on there were, you know, safe. As a matter of fact, I think like one of the women on there was like a nurse, and he ended up marrying her.
Alright, are you done with this game?
Let me just try one more time.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying your job, Pizza. I assume your job is a professional Tetris friend speedrunner, of course.
Hurry up and get those things before they take us home. Squadron, goddammit.
Take that.
I can't believe that Ratmus is so bad at this that the Americans are going to lose the Battle of Pearl Harbor. Is that like how at Subway the people who make them are supposedly called sandwich artists? So somebody who makes a pizza, you know, at Domino's or whatever, is you know, has a degree in pieology. Anyone who works with pizza at his job is automatically working with pizza. Have you tried like different guns or anything?
I don't think I have any. The only gun that's available to me
You're supposed to press like some button to switch between guns.
Watch your aim, flyboy. Those Navy pukes are firing at anything that moves. Make sure you stay over the field. Battleship roll is a free fire.
Oh God.
Just read this and now I can't even find the controls again. If your plane has multiple secondary weapons, use square to cycle between them. I guess if that didn't do anything.
My one friend, like grandpa, was like still alive in his 90s. Like he was a navigator for pilots or something.
You are the navigator? Does that mean you've shot down 2 of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, according to Doom, this level is impossible. Since America lost, you have to lose. Very wonderful.
Flip clean hand.
Warhawk pilot, get off the ground and go after those chips.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! You can't say that!
My little father head for the runway. Somebody is
You
going
did something, though.
get up there. Take off.
It looks like they're heading for the hangars. I'll intercept them.
most intense dogfighting action of the year. I'm sure there have been other years with better dogfighting action.
Combat what the fuck I want.
No! It's great how, like, when you had 4, there were individual flags, but now it's just a 5. We're trying to kamikaze.
Can't say that. Looks like it crashed into the Warner Brothers logo.
Mission failed. You lost Pearl Harbor, Ratmus. How could you? All right. So for our final game of today, we're going to. This is supposed to be the best game. Again, I'm sorry about the frame rate, but a few years ago, we bought at Mojo's Pinball Hall of Fame the Gottlieb Collection. And we played that. I think I even played this with DK and Steffi once. That one has the tables Ace High, Big Shot, Central Park, Genie, Black Hole, Victory, Teed Off. I think that's it. But this here is Pinball Hall of Fame, the Williams Collection. And
the same people that did Mojo's or something.
And this has it has different ones depending on what system it's for.
Yeah.
Like apparently this also came out on PS3 and 360 with more tables. Okay, so this version has Black Knight, Funhouse, Gorgar, Pinbot, Space Shuttle, Taxi, Whirlwind, and Firepower. Doom and I recognize a lot of those.
So which one do you want me to play?
I would say start with either Taxi or Space Shuttle because I probably like those the best.
Taxi?
Let me turn this up because this one makes a lot of.
DK right there.
This one has Gorbachev in it. Okay, that's how you know it's awesome. The goal of the game is to pick up 5 passengers. Pinbot Gorby, a.k.a. Gorbachev.
Look at this.
Call attendant. Lola, or Marilyn Monroe in the original version. Dracula and Santa. Passengers are represented by lighted illustrations in the center of the lower end of the playfield. Collecting all 5 passengers lights the jackpot, which is available for 10 seconds.
Touch my photo, you bitch. Perilous pussy.
Hey, Comrade Taxi.
Oh my gosh, she's alive. Definitely controls better than that Super Nintendo.
Well, yeah. Yeah, Doom, let me check my pinball document here.
And just pull your middle finger out of your pocket. Stick there.
Taxi is Season 1. I think all of these might have been Season 1, actually. Black Knight, yeah. Firepower was Season 2. Funhouse Season 1. Gorgar Season 1. Pinbot, I'm pretty sure. Pinbot was Season 2. Space Shuttle was Season 2. For a brief time, I had the record of Pinball Club 94 on Space Shuttle until frickin', I think it was Steffi took it from me. Taxi Season 1, Whirlwind Season 2. So yeah, there's a few of these that are Season 2, the rest Season 1.
Switch tables.
Alright, now let me check our full Pinbot high scores here. Black Knight. Steffi has the record on that. Firepower. Steffi has the record on that. Funhouse. Steffi has the record on that. Gorgar. Steffi has the record on that. Pinbot. I actually still have the record on Pinbot. Ha 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 ha. Steffi better not play it again because then she'll immediately take my record.
Not even trying.
Yeah. Space Shuttle, like I said, I had the record briefly, and then Steffi... Actually, I think... No, Doom took the record from me on Space Shuttle, like, just barely, and I thought, ooh, well, maybe I could get it back, but then Steffi blew us both out of the water, of course, so that's a lost cause. Taxi, actually, Doom, you have the record on Taxi, and we were just like, do I even have this table? Of course, Steffi is like right behind, so again, if she picked it up today, she'd fucking beat it without even trying. And finally, Whirlwind, Steffi has the record on.
Give me my taxi back, bastard.
Yeah, Pinbot, I somehow still have the record on. I remember I had the record briefly on Bride of Pinbot, lost that. I had it on Space Shuttle, lost that. I think those were my only records I had, but maybe I'm forgetting one.
What's Doom's record in this?
I think it was 7 million something. Let's see, Doom's record for Taxi,
So yeah, so
7
10 times what I got.
7,870,000. All right, so my record on Space Shuttle, well, my record on Space Shuttle was just over 2 million. Steffi's is 3 million. Let me see if I can remember how to like tell you how to play. Well, I was saying how I briefly had the record on Space Shuttle, and then you took it, and then Steffi took it. But Doom, I don't know if you heard me say that you actually still have the record on Taxi. This is interesting how it zooms in. Like, don't bump it unless you need to. Like there, you need to bump it. I think like if you get it like into this thing, you should lock the ball, and like you want to get like 3 balls in there or something, 2 balls or something.
It's kind of multi-ball.
Like other than that, like I don't know what those ramps do, but they're probably good. The main goal is to acquire the shuttle score value from spelling out shuttle by hitting 6 stand-up targets and 1 drop target, or by using lit in lanes if available.
I'm Satan, touch my heart. No, it did, but it didn't go up enough that time. Because I got 1 of them already. Oh shit.
Did you abort Slippy?
Something should have been aborted.
I think that command was in the barbecue. Whatever it was.
To go DK from here.
Yeah, save that data.
That important score.
So there's 8 tables. 3 of them I don't even have a score on, which means like I didn't even do well enough to register a score if I ever even played them. Close airlock. Shit.
Play pinball about as well as a Super Metroid do. You make me sick. Ready, player one, folks.
Multiple ball mode. Really, you think so, dude? Is it harder than being scared stiff for an hour or more? I'm not sure like what you want to try and shoot for during multiple ball mode necessarily. Like have you tried shooting the middle shuttle? Well, not the target. Blockers backed up. Tilt! You monster!
Got a little too nuts there.
You blew it.
This is like definitely like a good pinball game. Maybe, check out those taper holes.
Yeah, I mean, these are pretty much very similar to the way that they ported them, you know, at the same time to the Pinball Arcade. So, all right, you want to try a different table?
Space shuttle.
There's some upstairs now.
Let's check out the upstairs.
Firepower. Black Knight. Firepower. Black Knight.
That's all that's upstairs.
Apparently.
Okay. Doom? Do you think there's a like? I definitely think that Ratmus should play Funhouse, Gorgar, and Pinbot. I don't know if you need to play the other ones. Well, I'm in no way good at Super Metroid, and it took me like 8 hours with quite a lot of help. You know, like I could never do that game without. Like I'm not even. Like I don't even know if I could push myself to do it. Like even using a walkthrough. Which table was this? Black Knight? Okay, this came out in 1980. Yeah, the actual table.
This is the shuttle was 84. Should become next day.
Gorgar came out in 1979, and then the more recent ones are Whirlwind and Funhouse, which came out in 1990.
Fire fantasy.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I don't think I played very much of this.
Is that a higher score than you do right now? Very weird looking. Not a whole lot going on.
Yeah, because I think this is Black Knight. I think they later came out with a sequel to this table called Black Knight 2000, which
This
is
is
better.
firepower now. I switched.
Oh, or maybe Firepower has. Let me see. Maybe there's a Firepower 2000.
The goal.
No, I guess not. It's just. Firepower was the first solid-state electronic pinball to feature 3-ball multi-ball as well as lane change.
Whoa.
1980. Okay, I forget. Is this Firepower?
This is firepower.
Okay, there is a sequel called Firepower 2, maybe. So there's Firepower 2, and then there's Black Knight and Black Knight 2000, which I have a... I have a score on Black Knight 2000. Doom doesn't, which means he probably doesn't have the table. Yeah, because it's season 3. Because I think I have all of seasons 1, 2, and 3, and that's
The
it.
season's in.
That's in the Pinball Arcade. But yeah, now that game was nerfed and Steffi hates it.
She loves. What was that stupid game she tried and hated, where there was idiots on a boat talking to people?
The game that I totally think you should play, starring what's his face, Ashmore.
Yes.
What was the name of that, Doom? He totally knows. It's weird. I don't even have a score on Terminator 2. I don't remember which Ashmore it was, but let me Google Sean Ashmore video game. Sean Ashmore was in a third-person shooter called Quantum Break. I don't think that's it, so let me try Aaron Ashmore. Wait. Why? What's his brother's name?
For your listening pleasure, here's the next and ever hard to cash. Funhouse.
Yeah, Aaron Ashmore.
Funhouse. I remember visiting at a beach. Seems like it has something to do with.
No, I think it was Sean Ashmore. Hold on. Okay, yeah, here it is. It's Sean Ashmore, and he was in such great video games as X-Men The Official Game as Bobby Drake / Iceman, also Quantum Break, and the Dark Pictures anthology Man of Medan. That was the game.
Title there.
It's $14.99 on PlayStation 4. Should be fucking free.
Lucky doesn't even need a freaking title. Just told it that, game that paid me money.
Starring a talking ventriloquist dummy named Rudy. I'm talking about this table now, not the other game.
But Theo.
Funhouse's primary feature is the talking head of a ventriloquist dummy named Rudy located in the center of the playfield. Rudy responds to events in the game, including informing the player of special bonuses, taunting and heckling the player, which it refers to as trash talk, and appearing to follow the ball with its eyes when certain targets are hit. Rudy is voiced by Ed Boon.
You fucking suck.
Where did you go now? I feel like a million.
Yeah. Watch out for my balls.
Hey, Bucko, you can have it back.
Fucko.
Hey, Bucko, you can have it back. It's lunchtime. This is the hot door. Ow. This is really starting to annoy me.
Let's do Pinball. Does he have a bride?
Maybe someday.
I am almost.
Right. Pinbot is the one where I actually have the record, and my score is 6.3 million. In fact, Doom and Steffi's score are a little over 5 million, and Doom is just a little bit further than Steffi, even still. Yeah, I think when I was playing this, I don't even really know what to do really. So you know, I don't know how I got that high score, but you see how there was some sort of wall blocking that area. Well, at some point as you go on and do stuff, that wall will open up. You know, it seems like the shield will go down, so then you can shoot in there, and that's probably how you get a lot of points. But again, I was just randomly fucking around and not understanding anything, and
Come on, you bitch.
the main objective of Pinbot is to advance through the planets of the solar system, starting at Pluto. Oh, God!
This game's over.
And reaching the sun.
Bleaching Uranus.
I'll be surprised if you even get to Uranus.
The way I play, I have to.
Starting at Pluto and reaching the sun, the player advances the planet from planet to planet by hitting specially marked targets, earning special bonuses. Main feature is a grid of lights in the center of the playfield just below the Pinbot. The player can fill this grid by hitting the targets above and to the right of it. Once completed, the visor opens, enabling the player to lock 2 balls in the robot's eye sockets, starting a 2-ball multi-ball mode. The player can then relock one of the balls and use the other to score a solar value jackpot up the left ramp, at which point both balls go back into play and the visor closes. blah. The game's playfield also features a spiral ramp and a bagatelle-style mini playfield at the solar ramp exit. Which is that, I guess? I don't know what it means by bagatelle style. Which can feed the ball to the right inlane. The plunge of the pop bumpers are directly back into playfield. Pinbot was followed by 2 sequels: The Machine, Bride of Pinbot, and Jackbot, released in 1995. I don't think I've ever seen Jackbot. You ever seen Jackbot, Doom?
On Jack Tar Island.
A Pinbot machine appears in the 1988 film Crocodile Dundee 2, as well as the 1988 film Big. An enhanced simulation was released for the NES. I remember that. I think we have it. Is there another table?
There could be.
Oh yeah, Whirlwind. I don't think I've ever played that. Okay, no, I have Pinball for NES, but I don't have Pinbot for NES. Oh no, I have a score on Whirlwind. It's just not very good, so I guess I have played it at some point. This music reminds me of something, some other game. I mean, doesn't it sound like it could be from an NES game or something?
The storm is coming. Return to your homes. Looky here.
I could have sworn I played Funhouse, but I never got good enough to have a score, apparently.
Messes up your ball.
Same with Firepower. And, I don't have a score on Gorgar either. Wait, you haven't played Gorgar yet, have you? Because I know you played Funhouse, Firepower, Black Knight, Pinbot, Space Shuttle, Taxi, Whirlwind. Yeah, you need to play Gorgar last, alright? And, you could try Ford versus Chevy one more time and then just end the stream. Ghost is trending in Illinois. Now, is that an actual ghost, or is that band that DK likes?
Yes.
I have no idea why Ghost is trending.
Best score I had.
1.4. Yeah, my score was 1.8. So you almost got up to where I was. I probably played it once, got a score like that, and I was like, eh.
Do a different table.
Doom will tell you the rules of Gorgar.
Clearly, you gotta summon Satan.
This is the one from 1979. It was the first speech-synthesized talking pinball machine containing a vocabulary of 7 words. Gorgar, speaks, beat, you, me, hurt, got. That when combined together form various broken English phrases, such as, me got you and Gorgar eats meat. The pinball
sucks dick.
The pinball machine also has a heartbeat sound effect that increases in speed during longer gameplay. Oh God, Forte.
Hates this table.
In popular culture, German power metal band Halloween's 1985 album Walls of Jericho included a track titled Gorgar that symbolized the machine as a form of gambling addiction. Doom says the key is to build up the multiplier, but he has no idea how to do that. It's not an easy table. Yeah, I don't even have a... Like, if I played it and I didn't even, like, get what the lowest, like, high score was to default, that means I didn't get a score. So, yeah, I don't have a score on this. And it's a pretty low-scoring table. Like, you know how some tables, like, you get, like, millions and millions of points. Like, Doom's score is 695,000. DK's is 925,000. But, of course, Steffi is 1.1 million. There's, like, other tables where the high score that DK has is, like, 402 million, or 195 million, 561 million, 908 million, but then there's other tables that are just...
Got it.
Doom says, I think you want to hit all the drop targets, maybe. I think by drop targets it means, like, these types of things.
Yeah.
Just hit shit, you'll do fine. So yeah, like, you would have to get 695,000 to get anywhere near Doom. Yeah, so like, I don't want to stop you from concentrating, but like, I think in the middle where that devil is, it looks like Adam and Eve, maybe? He's tempting them?
I didn't see it.
Definitely not. This great image from Wikipedia. Not you, Ratmus, because you should be concentrating. We got you. It's like Pikachu.
Score should be like 666, right?
Yes. If you get a score of 666, you should automatically win. Bitch. All of Ratmus' scores will be added to the document. Just kidding.
Not even that good. Too.
But yeah, I mean, I would say that besides the Pinball Arcade itself, this is probably the best pinball game that we've ever owned and played, because like it has a better selection of tables than any other one, and it also like plays better than any of the weirdo ones.
Definitely.
Because yeah, most of these are really good tables, really classic tables. Speaking, this is unheard of in 1979, when I was born.
You butthole.
What if you could, like, hack it or reprogram it so that you would say other things, like you just said, you butthole. You know, already got higher than your previous game score. Don't touch Gorgar's junk. Whoa! What was that command in the barbecue Doom where there's the really loud noise where something I've been shot knocker?
Let me just go back to taxi and see if I do any better.
Steffi just felt a disturbance in the pinball force.
You've asked for it. Here it comes.
Did these assholes kind of run over?
But yeah, apparently, like when this game first came out, it was Marilyn Monroe. But then, like they either got sued or they were afraid of getting sued, so they like changed it to like some generic woman named Lola and changed her hair so that they wouldn't be sued by Marilyn Monroe's estate. But apparently, they didn't care about Gorbachev. Don't tilt too much, or you'll become the monster. Yeah, like I was never good at Taxi or anything, but like I just remember Steffi playing it a lot and the funny noises that the things would say about like Gorbachev and Gorby and Pinbot and people calling for taxis. Oh, skill shot.
Raise that jackpot, I don't give a shit. Perilous pussy.
My score on this was 5.2 million. Which was higher than Vader's score. Gorby should just call an Uber.
Call me Uber.
Speaking of Uber, I was watching Motherfucker Mike and Tony play Roundabout on Cinemassacre on the YouTube channel, and Tony was trying to show it to him, and Motherfucker Mike just said how horrible it was, and remember when you played it, Ratmus? I mean, like I know the game itself was like really really hard and stupid, but we really liked the full motion video and all the funniness, right?
Yeah, it was a quirky game.
Quirky, like what's that quirky girl's name?
Zoe Deschanel.
Zoe Deschanel, a quirky girl.
Pussy.
Yeah, I really don't remember how to play this table. Kind of wish Junkyard was on here. I thought that'd be fun for you to play.
About it.
Doom loves Attack from Mars.
The player was from Mars.
Cactus Canyon was kind of a weird, quirky table, once again. I remember Champion Pub, yeah, that was a good one. Circus Voltaire, I like that one. Going Nuts was pretty terrible. Flip, kid, flip, yeah. I like Junkyard, I remember Steffi hated it. I think Junkyard was the table that Steffi was playing when the Dynasty Warriors New Orleans highlight happened. That's classic. Of course, they're Scared Stiff. Everybody loves that. Star Trek The Next Generation. That was one that was at Indiana Beach for years. You ever play that one, Ratmus?
Probably.
I don't know why I haven't played Terminator 2, or at least I don't have a score on here. The Theater of Magic, and was another one at Indiana Beach, where the basement was full of wonders. Twilight Zone. Victory. I remember Victory. I think was like an older table, but like I kind of got into it.
I guess with credits you can like unlock certain stuff maybe.
I have no idea. I guess I didn't really read about. Back in the day, pinball was the game. Wannabe pinball wizards pumped in quarter after quarter, and the best players became superstars in the arcade. Now you can relive those glory days with true-to-life recreations, the all-time greats. You'll swear you've been transported back to the arcade. Multiple ball mode. Try to see if like it says what the credits are, what they do. I don't know. It seems strange, but apparently there's some sort of challenge mode where the goal is to achieve a target score on each table before moving on to the next one. That sounds like something Steffi would like to do. Hey, comrade.
Soviet Russia. Roll over my cat.
The cover of the Gottlieb collection just shows Big Shot, basically just the table. But the cover of this one, the Williams collection, it shows Funhouse, but it's like a POV mode of like you see the flipper and it's shooting a ball with fire coming out of it straight at Rudy's face, and he looks like, oh shit.
I beat my score from the previous time.
Nice, but it's time to stop.
Yeah, that was definitely the best game out of all of them.
Out of every single one?
Yes.
I guess maybe it was. All right, let's put in Ford versus Chevy one more time real quick, just in case. Don't go this way.
You must wait, shit.
So, again, I have no idea why Comcast is fucking me over. I'm really pissed off about this. I want to stream a Link to the Past tomorrow. I don't know if that's going to happen now. I don't know if I'm going to have to call Comcast. But I will be available for Cobra doing Wind Waker tonight.
I think.
And yet, okay, so this stream will be put on YouTube. I'm sorry we dropped almost 23,000 frames. And thanks everyone for watching. And, see you next year for more of these weird random games. So I think next week we should be back to Super Mario Odyssey if all goes well. Again, I hope our internet gets fixed, and we're going to have some awesome, delicious Mongolian beef that Ratmus is about to get cooking. So that's the end of the stream.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. I don't think we're going to raid anyone. Let me see here. Rockstar Girl is streaming Mario Super Sluggers. But that's the end of the stream. Bye, everyone.